fast as you possibly can. It's called the Bohemian Surprise Box. We have 800. The price ends literally at midnight tonight, but I'm gonna guarantee you that is gonna sell out in our show. We love when you do surprise boxes. Okay, so I was super pumped about this next item because this is another brand new set. Even when I walked up to see the gals working with in the room, I was immediately going, wow. When I saw watercolor, you think, oh, watercolor, kind of wimpy. It's a great effect. It's a beautiful effect. But you didn't do that at all. This is a whole different concept.
Watercolor is massive at the moment. Now, in the kit, you get 2 palettes. Now, I know you're looking and thinking, hang on, they look the same. They're similar colors or whatever. One is called Sunbeam, works on white. One is called Moonbeam, different type of pigmentation, works on the dark colors. You've got 2 sets of the stamps and the special paintbrushes as well. Now, if I show you what I mean, I've got one of the sets here so that you can see it exactly, okay? This is being watercolor. Can you see the intense pigmentation?
What the heck?
And the way the light bounces? Is that or is that not another level?
That's unbelievable.
And then you've got that same die set, but this time with the lighter colours. So there's your Sunbeam one. And if I show you the other set in here as well, we've done these beautiful, to kind of go with the Enchanted Ocean effect. So look at can you see just how bright all of those colours are? And then this one here, and then on the white. So you've got the Sunbeam, you've got the Moonbeam. Now our ladies are all playing with these next door, and I was giving everybody a few hints and tips, right? So should we start with the Moonbeam?
Sure.
I love the Moonbeam, right? So when you're first getting them, can you see, you open it up and you've got, I'll turn it upside down so that you can all see it, you've got all the different names on there. Now what I like to do is, I like to get them all woken up. So I just give them a nice little spritz to get them all woken up with plenty of water. The trick is with these, you want them nice and moist, right? Now I'm going to just bring in a little bit of black card because they're going to work fantastically well on the black card. Now here's what you're going to do. You're not going to pick a little bit up and do this because look how watery it is, right? What you're going to do is you're going to get this woken right up. You're going to keep going. You're going to get the pigment activated. You're going to get loads of this brought up, and look how much thicker it is when we get this activated. That's the difference. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be painting with this, and the more you kind of get that activated, the more intense that colour is going to be. Now I must just show you these samples because these are what Karen had done next door, right? So she's been painting onto the black and then also onto the white on here. So I actually pinched a few bits off her. She'd started stamping and embossing some. I was like, I'll borrow those, Karen. I'm going to take them next door, right?
Stole them from her.
I'm like, I'm going to have them.
So she embossed a stamp, your stamp first.
She stamped and embossed them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this lovely purple all activated. Can you see? I think if you get it nice and close, you'll see just how creamy that is. So I can see it's got that, that's what we're talking about. So you've got that beautifully creamy. Once it's creamy like that, you're going to be able to pick it up and watercolour with it. So I'm just going to paint into the edges, and this is what our ladies are going to be doing next door at the moment. Now, because they're watercolour, you are going to be able to mix and match and merge different colours together. And the reason why I like to use I like to pre-emboss is that if you go outside the lines, it doesn't matter because it kind of pushes them back into the lines for you. So can you see I'm just going around the outside with a little bit of the purple, and then I'm going to merge that purple into the pink that we were working with. And can you see they're watercolours, so they're going to blend those 2 colours together beautifully well. And I'm going right over the edge with the pink and into the purple. And then once we've got it, you're just going to come along with a slightly damp brush and just merge those colours together. That's what we're talking about, so that when they all dry, and they just, as soon as they do dry, Suzanne, you're going to get this really intense pigmentation. So can you see?
Gorgeous.
I love it. And then there's the, this is it.
Gosh.
So as soon as it dries, that is the kind of colouring that you're going to get. This is, it's watercolouring, but at another level. Now,
my producer's like, I don't get it. It's watercolor. And I'm like, no, it is a different level.
It is a different level of what, it's a watercolour with this intense crushed mica into there.
That's amazing.
Now, I must show you
I have a question
light
really
colour.
quickly.
Hit me.
If I want to use either one on light, I can.
Oh, they both work on light. No, you can't. Well, look, I'm going to, do you want me to take this one here?
Yeah, let's see.
I can paint this one, and I can paint it onto the white.
Oh, so now it's super intense color.
Just, it's got to still paint onto the white.
Beautiful.
And I can mix those 2 colours together, and I can get a lovely blend and a lovely new shade, right? What we're going to do, though, is I'm going to take the ones that are designed for light colours and show you how they work differently. It's just a different colour palette and a different kind of way that we mix these colours. So getting them all woken up, like we talked about before. Yeah. Once they're woken up, what I do like is if you do what's called a wet into wet technique. So I'm going to get my paper nice and wet here. Okay. I'm going to start and pick up some of these colours. So let's get a bit of turquoise and just splash splodge this in, and let's mix a bit of the turquoise into a little bit of the blue, and then let's go and get a little bit of the purple into here. Get all these colours. I'm going to start and get them all splodged together as well. Now, don't worry. Did you notice I'm going straight from one into the next? You'll start and get your colours mixing. Don't worry about that, because if the colours mix, you just wait for them to dry, and then you can just clean off the top bit. Right? So can you see I've mixed all those colours together? If you give it a bit of a spritz, it just gets them all really melted and merging together.
That's beautiful.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to then leave that to dry, or wait for that to dry. And you can see on this one here, I've let all of that dry where these colours, and as I tilt it to the light, it's
stunning.
just
absolutely stunning.
It really is incredible. So whether you're painting with them, whether you're colouring with them, whether you're doing splodgy backgrounds like I'm doing, whether you like to paint the different shades. Do you know how we do that?
Wait, and you know what, girl, I've got to run. I want to go over to the girls because they're all working with it.
Go on, they'll all be working with them.
We only got like a minute to go. So
let's have a little look
we're going to check with Rebecca once again, and she's working with the girls who are working with this. Hi, Rebecca.
We have an expert over here. Karen has been, I have to show you this because she says that this was her practice. Karen, this is not practice. This is professional right here. She's already been using these beautiful watercolors here in the Sunbeam, and I just think it's absolutely stunning. Karen, you love these. You've used them in the past. What is it about these that you love so much?
Well, I love anything that shimmers and shines. It just raises your project to a next level.
Really? And you know, you're in action right now, so we're seeing when it's wet, right? When it's fresh. But I love how you can see just how rich the color is and how it catches the light. That's what really impressed me as everybody's been getting to work here. As it just dries down, you see they get more and more impressive, right?
Yes, especially the black, the Moonbeam on the black, it just makes it glow.
I love it.
It just lights up.
Elaine, too, you've been working here on this gorgeous seashell. Look at just how vibrant the colors are. I love what you did here, too, with the stamping.
Oh, yeah, and it's once it dries, you know, once you just move it a little bit, you can actually see how it's starting to shimmer.
And just working with it, is it easy to work with? What's your first thought?
Very easy to work with, beautiful product.
And you can just see, too, just even if you want to play with the gradient, too, it's absolutely stunning. I love that. You just did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I know this is your base, right?
It is, yeah, and it's just fun just to get going and do different colors and mix it up with these beautiful metallic paints, and then just start stamping away.
Yes.
Your project.
I love it, Suzanne. They really blend beautifully together. I'm so impressed by the colors. The ladies are having so much fun. We were playing with the lights and the music just minutes ago. You missed it.
Do you know what was amazing? We've gone from, it's mega